Hi, this is Brian Millich from Mondocat. This evening we're out here along the mighty Missouri, and we're going to talk about something that gets a lot of people going pretty good, backlash. And more importantly, we're going to talk about how not to backlash. Got a lot of friends, a lot of people that talk to me, Brian, I'd like to move up to a bait caster. I've always had a spin cast reel, and I just never had any good luck with a bait caster. I've used them and they just backlash, and I don't really know how to do it. Well, tonight we're going to talk about how to prevent backlash on your bait caster reel. Got my Mondocat reel here, and I got an Ambassador record. I use the records, I like the records. If you go to Facebook and anybody's post, you'll know that everybody's looking for a record. It's a very popular. Why Abu decided to not build them anymore is beyond me. I wish they did. I do all my own work on my Abu, so I keep them going. I hope they'll last me all of my life. So we're using a record tonight. I like braided line. People use mono, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a braided guy, I like braided. This is Western Filament, tough line. This is 80-pound test that I use. And whether you use an egg weight, a non-roll, or whatever weight you use, it really doesn't matter. We'll show you how to adjust the reel for whatever weight you're using. So you rig it any way you like. I'm using an egg sinker with a swivel. I happen to have the Docks worm on here. We've been using some stink bait, and I've been doing some catfishing. But if I was going to go out onto the Missouri, I'd probably have a big old number 7 hook. I'd be using a big old bluegill or a cut bait of a chub or something. But whether it's a 8-ounce non-roll or a 3-ounce egg sinker, it doesn't matter. So what we want to do is be able to learn how to throw this baby out and not bag cast or backlash. So we're going to start by showing you how to do it. Right here on the side of the Abus, you have your drag, a star drag. This has a power handle on it, so it has just the one that you hold on to. Please don't worry about the paint on my hand. I've been doing a little homework here, been doing a little painting. So you have the power handle and your star drag. The star drag, on how tight you tighten it, is how hard it is the line to come out. So you got a fish, you know, how hard you set that drag is how hard it would be for him to pull that out. The other knob you got back in there is how do you set so you don't backlash. Inside of here, there's a set of magnets. And how close them magnets are to the spool drum and how hard they clamp onto that is how you keep from backlashing. What is a backlash? The reason it will backlash is when you throw the pole, throw the line out, the line comes off of this spool faster than it leaves the end of the pole. And so it bird nests here because it is coming off faster than it's leaving. So we want it to leave and to come off of the spool at the same speed. The way you do that is when you release this line, you want it to come off nice and smooth and easy. You can tighten this up, and by tightening that up, you're setting those magnets closer to that drum, and then it doesn't come off as easy. The magnets are holding it. As I loosen this up, it will then release those magnets and it'll start coming off. When the line hit the ground, it started leaving the rod, it was still spinning, and so it started to try to backlash. So what you want to do is always have that magnet set so it holds onto that spool, so it only leaves the spool as fast as it's leaving the rod. So what you want to do is, and like I said, whether you're using a 3-ounce or an 8-ounce or whatever weight you're using, you want to be able to click this and set it just so that it just barely leaves. And see if I can even make it leave by just bouncing a little bit. The more I would release it, the faster it would go out. The more tighter that I set this knob here, the closer those magnets and the harder it is for it to release itself. So I'm holding it there, I back it off just a smidgen, and now it'll probably come off if I bounce it a little bit. So right about there would be a good spot. So now if I even, another comment to make about backlashing, when you're throwing it out, I still use my thumb right there. I can kind of feel it and I can hold on to it. So my thumb is the second drag that I have. So I've got this knob set now pretty darn good. So it just comes off nice and easy. You can even set it just a little bit tighter if you want. So it comes off just a little bit slower. So it just barely comes off. So when I throw that now, I'll also kind of use my thumb there to kind of hold on to it a little bit. And so if it goes like where it's supposed to go, fine. If it's going to some place where it's not supposed to go, you can actually just use your thumb to stop it, and that's another break. So to set your drag, always rig your pole, have the bait on it. If you're going to put a big old bluegill on there, there's more weight. You're going to have to readjust this. I check it every single time because it's going to have a different weight or different cut bait or whatever. So rig it up, you're ready to throw, click it, see how it comes off of the spool. If you got it the way you like it, set it again, throw it out. Use your thumb to hold on to it just a little bit. And that's how you keep from getting on backlashes. Now whether you use braided line, mono, big weights, little weights, it will not matter. Set the knob that sets the magnets on that drum spool inside, and that will hold on to that spool enough that it doesn't spin faster than the line's leaving. And that's what causes the backlash, and that's how to prevent the backlash. So guys, I hope you learned something. Hope that'll help you. This is Brian Milledge from Mondocat saying, fish bigger, go home.